Hello guys, this is 97 back with another Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle, and as you can see from the team preview, this battle is against someone I found on this Pokemon Wi-Fi battle finder called Cracked Hades. Well, his name is kinda odd because, he can be on his perfect sense of mind when you call himself Cracked Hades. But who cares, right? So, NU battle, I think you know this team, Physical Emolga, Choice Scarf Hunter, a Violite Sentry, Rain Dance Swift Swim Seismitoad, regular Zangoose, and specially defensive Blossom. In his team he has two Rapid Spinners, like War Turtle and Armaldo. And then Gardevoir, of course, with that amazing special attack, it will be hard. And Leafeon, I don't really know what it wants to do because, I don't regularly face Leafeons. Gigalith, it can be lots of stats, it can be defensive, it can be offensive, it can be the normal jump boosted explosion. I don't know. And then Lampent, it's a Lampent, it's the pre-evolved form of Chandelure, so yes, maybe it will do the same thing as Chandelure does, but it's not as good as Chandelure. And I don't even know what I'm talking about, so let's just go straight into the battle. So I am going to lead off with my Emolga, as he is going to lead off with his Lampent, because Emolga is really fast and I can always U-turn on everything that he decides to bring in. And yep, I'm just gonna go for the U-turn right now, but because it is 4 times resisted, it won't do anything to that Lampent. And right now I can go into my Seismitoad because I was predicting him to go for fire type move like Fire Blast or something, but he makes a good play and goes for the safe Shadow Ball, and it still actually does a good chunk to me. And right now I predict him to switch out, and I go for the Rain Dance and get my Swift Swim activated. But no, he doesn't switch out, and on top of that he goes for the Energy Ball. That's 4 times effective against my Seismitoad, so that's easily gonna be able to knock it out. So yeah, it's kinda bad because Lampent knock out my Seismitoad, and Seismitoad is usually one of my sweepers. So yeah, I can go for Haunter. I'm Choice Scarf, pretty sure I can outspeed. And yep, go for the Shadow Ball, and because Haunter has that amazing special attack, that will easily be able to knock out the Lampent. And he now brings in Gigalith, and I don't want to risk Shadow Ball not killing this thing, and he'll more than likely have Sturdy, and I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna go into my Sentry, because I'm a Violite and I can take any hit he wants to go for. He goes for the Rock Blast. I know why he went for the Rock Blast, because he maybe predicted me to be Focus Sash, so my Haunter to be Focus Sash, so yeah, Rock Blast negates Focus Sash, and yep, it would have been worth to kill my Haunter. But now I just switch out into Sentry, and I can go for the Toxic as it switches out into War Turtle. And yep, but now I cannot stay in because you can go for Scald, that will easily be able to knock me out, or Scald or Toxic. So I just went to Zangoose. And I was not predicting it was Scald burning me. I was not hoping for Scald burning. Well, I mean, I was hoping for Scald not to burn me, but it did burn me, so that means that Zangoose is practically useless right now. So I just go for the Facade on this Armaldo. And considering I'm burned, Facade is resisted, that still has a good chunk into that Armaldo. I wasn't predicting for it to do that much. So that shows how powerful Zangoose is. So yeah, can just switch out into my Sentry as he goes for the Swords Dance, and it's looking really bad for me right now because he has a +2 Armaldo and I have a Sentry. Well, yeah, I have like Zangoose is practically useless and Seismitoad is already down. So it goes for the X-Scissor. I know I can take one. I can go for the Toxic to start whittling this thing down because that's the only way I'm ever going to be able to kill this thing. But because it is leftovers, it will be even harder to take it out, as I can now switch out and go into my Zangoose basically as a Death Water because I wanted to get a free switch into my Haunter because that's the only way I'm going to be able to kill this Armaldo. And yeah, but the bad thing is I am also going to lose my Haunter because everything I can do right now is just go for the Destiny Bond. Yep, I can just go for the Destiny Bond. I can kill him, but the bad thing is that my Haunter is also gonna go down, which is really bad because Haunter is also usually one of my sweepers because it destroys Scarf. It practically cannot speed everything, and he has amazing special attacks. So yeah, but now it goes down. So yeah, on my team I already lost 3 Pokemon, but now I can go into my Emolga because, like I said, Emolga is really fast. I can always U-turn on whatever he decides to bring in, as he does bring in Gigaliths, and I know that I can take that thing out with any move I have on my Emolga plus a Sturdy. So I'm just gonna have to U-turn and go out into my Sentry because that's the only thing that can wall this Gigalith. As he goes for the Rock Blast, I know I can take them. I believe he only gets 3 hits. Yes, he does. So yeah, I can go for the Earthquake. I was debating either if I go for Earthquake for Toxic, but I thought Earthquake get some damage would be a bit better, as he goes for his own Earthquake, and that's easily gonna be able to knock out my Sandshrew. But now I can bring Blossom. I was kind of predicting him to switch out right now, that's why I went for the Leak Seed, but he just stayed in and went for the Stealth Rocks, which yeah, it's kind of bad for Emolga, but it's only for Emolga because Blossom is really not affected by them. Yeah, I can go for the Giga Drain. I was almost clicking go again for the Leak Seed, but now I wanted to play safe, so I just went for the Giga Drain, and that easy be able to knock out that Gigalith, as he does bring in Leafeon right now. But I can still win this if I can hit my Sleep Powder, which shouldn't be that hard. But I missed because, you know, it's my luck, and he goes for the X Scissor, and that means Blossom dies. Well, I thought Blossom would die, but no, I live with 76 HP, and I can hit my second Sleep Powder, which is really nice. And yeah, that shows that Leafeon, well, I was thinking that Leafeon would have been able to knock me out, but it shows that maybe he's not totally invested in attack, I don't know. I can just really go out into my Emolga, because I have the Flying Gem boosted Acrobatics. That will be an overkill on this Leafeon, but no, he just makes the switch into War Turtle, and yeah, Flying Gem Acrobatics, and he still will not be able to knock out this War Turtle, because it's really bulky, this War Turtle, Eviolite and all of that. And he takes 2 Acrobatics, but it's not on the range that you will be able to resist another one even without the Flying Gem. So yeah, down goes War Turtle, and now he goes out into Gardevoir. And I was hoping that Acrobatics would have been able to kill this Gardevoir, but you know, it's a Gardevoir. Maybe it has max HP, I don't know what it's that, but it's gonna be able to leave my Acrobatics, go for the Psychic. Oh, I was thinking that Emolga might have been able to leave it, but you know, he's coming from a Gardevoir, and it's a critical hit, so never in the world I would have been able to leave that. And I can now bring in my last Pokemon, but because I missed my Sleep Powder, and because I took X Scissor damage, yeah, I'm not on a range that I can leave the Psychic. So yeah, that was a Naruto victory for my opponent. And yeah, it sometimes happens, that's just how the match goes, I cannot control it. Yeah, if I had hit my Sleep Powder, it would have been much better, but you know, like, who cares, right? And you know, burning the Zangoose also helped, and I mispredicted, well, I overpredicted when I had when I switched out into Zangoose. That's why I got burned. But you know, it happens, so I cannot do anything about it. So on your screen, you can just click on the my last video if you don't watch it, if you haven't watched it already. It was yeah, Know You Battle. It was an awesome narration in my opinion, so you can just click there and go and watch, and leave a like if you haven't already. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, just click the subscribe button. It's on your screen right now. Well, either on your screen or below, you decided. So yeah, just gonna say that. Until next time, later.